Hey everyone, thank you for joining. Just give me a minute to set up and we will get started. Okay, just making sure. Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, please put a one. All right, perfect, perfect. Okay. So if you are new, these are our live weekly onboarding training sessions. Um, we decided to do this to help you all navigate through RBA and then answer any questions that you may have about RBA products and so forth. So, with that being said, welcome, my RBA family. And I am your admin suites and also an approved store builder. So, if you ever need a store built, you can always contact me. Um, and I am super excited that you all are here. Thank you for joining. We got like 78 people in here right now. I know that this time is during a lot of time that people, work. So we will have a replay and it will be housed in the Zoom replay section, the module. So let's just get into it. So, welcome, welcome. Congratulations on investing in yourself and your business. You now have full access to a powerful platform designed to turn ideas into income and strategies into success. So, what is RBA? So, RBA is a business startup and resale academy. It is not a course. I do not want to hear anybody saying that RBA is a course, please. Okay. I know there's a lot of confusion. I know there's a bunch of stuff out there, but RBA is an academy. Okay. So here you'll learn how to launch digital and or physical businesses, and you can resell RBA as a community as a whole. You can resell products. You could even bundle your offers together. So you're not stuck with just one path. RBA gives you multiple ways to make income, build your brand, or both. Okay. So let's see. Go to the next slide. This is our mission. So, our mission is to turn everyday individuals into elite entrepreneurs. Here in RBA, we believe in ownership over employment, innovation over imitation, profit with a purpose. And whether you're just getting started or scaling to six figures, this platform is your launch pad. So I know it can get confusing and overwhelming, and there's so much information inside of RBA. So let's keep moving on so we can get into the nitty gritty of everything, okay? So now let's meet the team and the creator of Royal Business Academy, aka RBA. So here we have the founder, which is Jay Thomas. She built this academy from divine inspiration and pure passion. She puts her all in everything she does for us. And she wanted to create a space where everyday people can just break free from the 9 to 5 grind and step boldly into entrepreneurship. A lot of people may not know how to do that. And she wanted to create this space where it's easily accessible for everyone to be able to have the opportunity. So, her mission is to empower you with the mindset, tools, and confidence to build a business you truly own. become your own boss. Okay. Now we have the team. So here is a list of our approved store building team and admins. So on the left-hand side, we have the admins. We have myself as Sweets. We have Six Figure CEO. We have Dominique Williams, Angelica Whetstone, Venus Mullen, and Laquana Lewis. And then on the right-hand side are the only approved store builders for RBA. So we have been vetted by Jay. We're approved by Jay to offer you a service to create your digital stores. There's 5 of us in the community. We all have different offers. It's not a free service. We can answer questions if you have questions, but if you would like to hire us to build your store for you, we all have different offers and services. With that being said, Jay has approved store builders so that nobody gets scammed, right? Because there's tons of people that may solicit, which is against the rules, and or scammers slash bots that try to quote unquote attack the newbies. And we just want to make it known, and as much as possible, that we are the only 5 that are allowed to offer store build services inside RBA. And we have been vetted by Jay. So that shows that we're not scammers. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. So what you can do with RBA. Here's what you can do now with RBA. You can resell the entire RBA community and earn 100% profit. So this is an MRR. This means that you have master resale rights to resell the entire community for 100% profit. And that's that. Jay Thomas, the creator, gets nothing from you reselling RBA. You can choose to sell individual business startup courses from the classroom. I'll show you how to do that later on in the tutorial or the training. You can choose to use PLR products to build your own digital store, bundle them, or and so forth. You can bundle PLRs with business courses. You can bundle business courses together. You can basically do whatever you want. PLRs are products, they're digital products that are already created. They're basically, I think of them like a template. They're already done for you. However, you still have to review them, and we'll get to that. But yeah, you can choose business startup courses to sell or to resell. You can choose to resell the entire community. You can choose to resell PLR products. You do not have to resell, like if you don't want to resell RBA as a whole, you can choose to resell the business courses, and they do not have access to RBA. The only way that they're going to have access to RBA is if you sell RBA. Okay. Just want to make that clear. Okay. What you cannot do. So you cannot resell the actual modules, and I'll show you that when we go through the live session, the live preview. You can't resell the module itself because there's literally no way to do that. If you want somebody to have access to a module, they will need to have access to RBA, so then you can resell RBA to give them that access. You cannot resell courses like the business startup courses and stuff like that. You can't take the courses and resell them inside your own group or school academy. And then you cannot change the name of RBA if you're reselling RBA. So RBA has a logo. RBA is either RBA or Royal Business Academy. The logos are given to you. You can, however, change the color scheme, like to match your brand colors. You just cannot change the font or the the words. So it's either RBA or Rural Business Academy, excuse me. Okay, so what is MRR? So MRR versus a PLR. So MRR is master resale rights. This is you get a product that is completely done and you can sell it for 100% profit. Okay, so that's MRR. So like reselling RBA community, reselling something that is 100% ready to sell, no updates needed or allowed. Okay, it's just as is. That's MRR product. A PLR product is a private label right product, which is a product that is already made, but you can go in, make edits, rebrand it. You can change basically anything you want. That's why I say PLRs to me, I think of it like a template because if I have a PLR, it's not going to look any way like it looked in the beginning. But you want to get the PLR, rebrand it as your own, and then you can resell it. Okay. So why do I have to rebrand a PLR? So you need to rebrand a PLR to stand out from the rest of the people selling the same product, right? So if everybody has the same digital planner with the same cover, the same everything about it, and why is somebody going to want to buy it from you? So, like for example, if you go into Etsy, you search for a social media planner, it's going to pull up all the social media digital planners, right? You can see across the board, like if somebody's using the same product, they're all going to have the same cover. They're all going to be the same product. So why would anybody want to buy from you? That's why you want to redo your PLR. You want to stand out from the rest. The second thing is you want to ensure that the product has great quality. You want to make sure that there's no, like the text doesn't look crazy. Like somebody made a PLR product, but again, it's like a template. So they may have made it, but you need to go in and make sure that you know what you're selling, right? Because you don't want to just have a product and sell a product blindly because then you could get bad reviews, you could get chargebacks, and we want to make sure that customers are 100% satisfied. So that's not what we want to do. We want to go into our PLR and we want to rebrand it and review it to make sure it looks good. I mean, even if you just went in there, reviewed the PLR, and changed the cover, then that makes it different from other people. So that's the very minimum that has to be done. And then you want to save it as a PDF standard because if you have links, like say you link your social media accounts in there somewhere or your website in there, you want to make sure the links work. And the only way the links will work is if it's a PDF standard, if you're saving it as a PDF standard. Okay. Okay, so now let's do a PLR review. Okay. So now I'm going to X out of this presentation really quickly. And I'm going to go into RBA. And where you can find the PLRs, you go into the classroom. And then you scroll down and you can see the PLR suite. This is where the PLRs are found. You can search in the full list of PLRs, so this entire list. Or if you're searching for a certain category, you can do business startup, stock images, social media. You can choose your product like that. Here is the PLR process explained. So if you need it in writing or just, forget or something, it's just explained to you about the PLR process. It's broken out. There's some examples. And then down here is a PLR process simplified. It's actually a PDF that I made just to explain the process better. So if you want to download that and review that, you can also do that. And that's where it's found in the PLR process explained. Yes, there's going to be a replay to this. Okay, so we're going to go into the business startups and we are going to look at medical courier blueprint. I'm just going to pull this one up because that's the image that I used on the presentation. So here's the link. When you click on the link, it's going to bring you into your Canva. So it's going to tell you that this template was created by Jay Thomas. And then click here to use the template. So you're going to click here. And then this is showing you the PLR. So now you have the PLR inside your Canva. It's automatically saved in here. You can come up here. You can put like your initials if you want to do it. And then, or rename it if you want to rename it. You can also, rename this if you want to, but you won't have to rename it too much, but you can just add your branding. You can add your logo to the front. You can move any of these around. This is its own image, so you can move that around. You can search in elements and say you want to do like transport vehicle, and then look for photos. Oops. And then you could always, let's see if we can find, so you can like select this one. Here's a different one. You could put this in here. You can always take the other one out. So just delete that one. And now you have a new one, right? You can click on the position, click on backwards or forward. And then that way you can move it around like that. You can always click on the image a little, and just to give it a little bit extra, you can click on shadows and outline. And then if you scroll down, you can change the color. So say you want like a red outline. I mean, this is just extra because, I'm extra, but just something like that. You could do the same with the money. You could do outline and just to match if you're gonna, do that. Something like that. But just to give it a different look, like that right there just gave it a little different look. You can change the color. So say if you wanted your text different color, you can highlight the text that you want a different color and say I want it pink. And there you go. It's pink. Then I can change this color to pink. Oops, not that one, sorry. Go back into shadow, click on it, click on outline, go here, choose my pink. If you want to get the exact pink color, you can, it'll show the hex code right here. And you can just click on it and copy. I want to click that. And then go into your image again. Make sure it says outline. And then just paste the color. Then that matches. You could do the same thing for the money. Go in, make sure it says outline, paste the color, and boom. There you go. It's a little bit different, but so you get the idea. Let's just make it a little bit different. But then you want to go in and you can make it bigger. And then here's the text. So if you want to, you can click on the text. You can change the font. You can change it to any font that you want to, anyone that looks good for you. If you like that font, it'll tell you changing it from this font to that font, and then you can click change all, and it'll change it through the entire document. So anything that was future, the Futura font is now going to be the other font. If you do this, you need to make sure that it looks right though, because like see how it, unbolded some items. So you just want to make sure to go through it and make sure it looks right. Okay, so you can change the font. You can change the color. If you don't want the page to be white, you can change the page, whatever color you want. Um, you want to go through and make sure that everything looks right. So, like, it says what is a medical courier, then this is kind of jumbled together. So, I would probably change the line spacing a little bit just so it's not so jumbled. But you can move anything. You can move the titles. You can rearrange it. You can even add another page. So say if you wanted to add another page to it, you can add another page and have like what is a medical courier, have this on its own page so you can align it, stretch it out so it's easier to read, right? Because nobody likes jumbled stuff. So you can always do that. And then on the next page, you're just going to take out what you have on the previous page and then, you know, rework it on here. So I'm just going to move that up and then we're going to do same thing, line spacing, just a little bit different because there's different sections, but you get the idea. It's just you want to make it your own, and this is one of the ways that you can do it. You don't have to necessarily change all of this. It's just whatever you would like to change and then whatever you think that you would want to read, right? Because you're your ideal customer. So if you're not going to want to read like all of this jumbled up, you want to change it. Okay. Yes, you can repurpose and resell to customers. Yep. That's what I'm showing now. So I'm just showing how to um the basics of going through your PLRs. Um Another thing is see how the text size is this is 19.9 and here is 14.1. You want to make it unison, like you want to make it so that it's about 19. You'll have to move stuff around, but you want to make it so that it looks right because nobody's going to want to see, like different size text uh, all over the place. It's just going to look messy. And then you want your stuff to be high quality. So you just have to play around with it. I did all this line spacing and it just kind of messed up everything. But you can literally play around with it and make it however you want to make it. Like I said, I always use them as a template and I'll go in and change, everything I want to change. But this gives you an idea of what you can do. You can literally change everything. This you'd want to bump this up to 19 and then have this so that it fits the page. Not so much. There you go. So um that looks better and it's not so squished together. But see, some of the text is 19 and some of it is smaller. So you might have to add a couple pages and just, stretch it out. Or if you want to make the text smaller instead of bigger, you can check the size and then just downsize the text if you want to do that. So it's all up to you. But essentially, you want to go through, make sure it all looks good, and then make sure there's no like weird looking text. Sometimes there's Latin in here, and like this, see, this is overlapping. So you wouldn't want that, because if the customer sees that, they're going to be like, what the heck? What did I buy? So I don't know actually where this is going. So um sometimes, see how like it's kind of messy. I don't even, I guess they did this separately, but you just want to make sure that it looks right, because you don't want to sell something that looks horrible. Like this would have to be redone because this looks crappy. So um but yeah, go through it, make sure everything looks good. You can change the pictures if you want to do different pictures. You can, whatever, drag and drop. So see, if you take a picture from here, you can just drag it and drop it into the next picture to change it. So it's really easy. You can use images that are in Canva, or you can upload your own images and go into here and then, like drag and drop your own images if you want to. Um, that's up to you. And then any links, like these are links, so you'd want to click on them, and you see the hyperlink here. And then if you click on the link itself, it'll bring you to that site. You want to make sure that those links actually bring them to the correct site. And you want to make sure that people don't put like their own links in there, right? So maybe somebody put their store link in in the product. Like you never know what's in the product unless you're going to look at it. So my point is just review everything, make sure that it looks right, make sure that it's something that you would purchase, because you only want to sell good quality. And then after you're done doing everything, you go up here, you click share, and then you're going to want to click download. It's defaulted to PNG. You want to make sure that you always click on PDF standard, always. If you're doing an ebook, a planner, like a digital planner, anything like that, you want to make sure to always save as a PDF standard, just in case you have links. And just click download. And then once it's downloaded, then this is going to be your product that you're going to upload into your store. Okay. So that's just to give you a little preview on PLRs, because I know that has been a question that a lot have asked. So I wanted to share that. And then for, like, say this image right here, this is called a mock-up. There's some mock-ups that are inside of RBA that you can use. And basically a mock-up is a blank, like this would be a blank book. The book is the mock-up, and then I drag and drop the image cover, so then it makes it look like a book. So that's what a PLR is. That's what a mock-up is. And then let's move forward. If you do have questions, I will get to everything at the end if I didn't answer your questions already. These trainings are weekly, and on the replay website, because so all the replays are housed in the Zoom replay module. And but there's a website that they're housed on. So on that website, there's also an area that you can ask your questions for the next training to go over at the end. Okay. All right. So do not skip the community rules and guidelines. So make sure you turn off your RBA chat feature, click on your school profile, then select edit, scroll to chat. Make sure you toggle the RBA chat off. If you're in multiple communities, you can choose to just toggle the RBA one off. You can toggle it on or off, but we advise to turn it off, because scammers and bots will go into your DM and say, I got an expert, you're not making any sales, I can help you with your store, blase boo boo. And yeah, we don't want that. So turn off your chat. And if you need to work with an approved store builder like myself, you can turn it on while we're talking. And then once your store is completed, then you can just turn it back off. But that's why we say that direct messaging is prohibited unless you're talking with an approved store builder. Stealing membership content via social media and copyright infringement will result in an automatic removal from our program. This means if you see another RBA member on, say, Facebook, and copy their post, like their text from their post, and put it in as your own, even if you change like a number or one word, that's stealing. So we don't want people to do that. It's not fair to the person who created the content. So just don't do it. And then spamming comments. So if you're spamming your social media, you're going to get removed. Okay. We don't want people just going into the comments of posts and like every commenting their social media. That's not allowed. You'll be removed. Any harassment, consistent negative posts, no, self-promotion or false testimonials will result in an automatic removal of our program. We want to make sure that we keep RBA as safe and like up to par as possible, and this keeps everybody protected. So just don't do it. Okay. There's no self-promotion. You can't, if you post something, like if you post a post baiting somebody, that's going to be removed, and you might be removed because that's, you're self-promoting without promoting, and that's being sneaky, and that's not allowed. Okay. Let's see. Next. Okay. So stay safe in school. Watch out for scammers and bait posts. And these are some red flags to look out for. Okay. So real help does not hide in the DMs. So stay smart, stay secure, and build safe. Um, Sorry, I'm looking at the comments. So PLRs can be resold for any price that you choose. If you need your store built, you can connect with me or any of the other um, 4 store builders. Sorry, we're 5 in total. All right, so we don't want y'all to get scammed. Stay safe. Let's look for red flags. First red flag, I know an expert. There are no experts inside of RBA or outside of RBA that can help you with RBA. And I say this because if somebody is commenting on your comment or your post talking about, I know an expert helped me, I was in the same boat with you, and this expert helped me, I can put you on to this expert, whatever, they are trying to scam you. Do not listen to them. Click the 3 dots on their comment and report them to the admins. Okay. Then we can boot them out because that's not allowed. Flashy income posts. Anybody that posts, we've seen this lately. Anybody that posts and they post about, oh, I made 10K in like a day. No, that's a bait. That's a bait post. I mean, granted, okay, I guess anything is possible, right? But if we have posts inside of RBA and they say this, normally they don't explain anything inside of their post or in the comments, and they're trying to just get you into your DM or to contact somebody else or to get off the platform. So we don't want you getting scammed. So this is why we're bringing this up. We have seen people get scammed, and we try to make sure to talk about this as much as possible. DM me for strategy. There's a lot of posts that I've seen that I've removed that talk about, oh, I made this and this, in this time frame and I use this strategy, or if you're ready, DM me for a strategy or something to that nature. Okay. Um, don't fall for it. It's a scam. These are phishing or bait posts. They're trying to collect, they're trying to get in touch with you so that they can further persuade you to get whatever they're trying to scam. Okay. So don't do it. Don't fall for it. Um, let's see. All right. Off platform pushes. If anybody's trying to get you off the platform to Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever, don't fall for it. They're scamming you. They're trying to isolate and manipulate you. Fake help in the DMs. If they cannot offer you help within your post or comment, they are not true. They are fake. They are trying to scam you. Okay. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. What you should do instead, report any shady posts or users to admins. You can click on the three dots on the top right of a post or the right side of a comment and report to admins. Encourage public, transparent convos. So if somebody is saying, I got the strategy, encourage them to share it within the comments or post. Keep learning from trusted community leaders only. So keep learning from Jay and her team, which is me and the other admins that we have, because we're trusted. We're vetted, we're trusted, we're not going to scam you, and we could help you as much as possible with the information you're trying to get. And then ask questions in the open where others can help and spot the fake stuff. So, granted, you might ask a question. You have to be specific in your question, though, because if you say, I need help, nothing's going to be done because nobody knows what you need help with. Um, you can DM me if you need to contact me. My DM's always open. So if you guys have questions or need a store bill or something like that, you can always DM me inside of school. Yeah, so if you're going to ask questions, make sure that they're specific in what you actually need so that we can actually help you. Okay. Most likely, if you say, like, I need help with my store, you're going to have a ton of like spammer bots in your post in the comments talking about, I can help you with that. I can help you with that. I can help you with that. They cannot. Okay. So if you have any store type of questions, I would advise you to tag an admin um, or a store builder. Most of us are store builders, but there's a few differences. So you can always tag admins if you have questions. If you have store build or like your store questions, you can tag a store builder or an admin or both. Okay. All right. So here we are, week 1. So this is, again, my apologies if you have been on any of the other trainings that I've done. These are supposed to be, I'm supposed to add these into school so you guys can have a timeline image of what this is. I will do this week. I'm sorry, my apologies. I have not done it yet. But just made a breakdown of the timeline of your time inside RBA. You do not have to follow this exactly. It's just kind of giving you an overview, okay? Because we don't want you thinking that this is a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. If you just bought RBA yesterday, you're not going to make $1,000 tomorrow or whatever. Like, like this is not just get in, get money, flip it, whatever. This is actually get in, learn about what you purchased, understand what you purchased, figure out what you want to do with your purchase, and then move forward. So this is a timeline to show you what you can do. No, you're not you're not charged for any questions. Um, and just yeah, the services are just charged. Yeah, April. So you're not going to be banned if you DM people, but it's really highly we don't prohibit it. We don't want people DMing other people just because there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of people trying to solicit to you guys that should not be. So that's like the sneaky way of doing it is by people reaching out to you. And then we don't want you guys to get scammed. So you can reach out to um, like an admin or a store builder if you need to, or you can just create a post or comments. Yeah, Dory. Yeah, I believe it. That's why we say turn off your chat if possible. Okay, so week one. Let's get back to week one. Okay, week one. This week is all about getting clear. So here's what you need to do. You need to set up your school profile if you didn't already. Download the school app if you didn't already. You can get to school on the desktop and on the app. I have both. They're very well needed. But you can choose whichever way you want to do it. Explore the classroom. So go in, explore the classroom. Um, Watch the 2-minute onboarding video that Jay had created. It should be at the top of your feed. When you first get in, you should see like little green um, bullet points. So those are like the first steps that you take. There's like a 2-minute onboarding video, and then it's like create a post or something. Um, let's see. Fill out the business brainstorm worksheet. So there's also a business brainstorm worksheet if you want to. And then before that, um, before that, you want to make sure to do the Zoom replays. So there's 4 Zoom replay videos that are listed in the welcome kit that you received. If you received the newer welcome kit, these are going to be listed in that welcome kit. I'm going to go over those in a minute. And then you can fill out the business brainstorm worksheet just to give you an idea and help you brainstorm about what you want to do. And then choose your business niche or reseller strategy. Figure out basically what you want to do with the community. Mm. Yes, you can DM the person you purchased from. Yep, that's fine. Um, yeah, so I'll go over the points after when I go into the community. Mm. I'll talk about the levels and stuff when we go into the community. All right. So next we have these are the 4 videos that you should be watching when you first join. So these are the ones that are in the welcome kit now. If you did not get the new welcome kit, these are what you need to watch. Okay, so don't skip over these. These are going to help you. There's an onboarding video. That's the video in the, I believe it's in the intro module, but we're going to go over that. The niche mastery replay, that is in the Zoom replay module. The social media workshop training with Jay, that's also in the Zoom replay module. And the RBA sales training with Jay is also in the Zoom replay module. So the Zoom replay module is going to be your bestie, okay? Food Queen, you can use your beacon link, your beacon URL for that if you want. Okay, so here is week 2, okay? So you want to dive into your first course, which is the course module, which is the roadmap. So the roadmap, think of it like a navigation. So it's going to have your every module is basically linked. I have to update it, but every module is linked inside of the roadmap, so you don't have to go through like the 2 pages of modules because there's so much into RBA. Next, you're going to want to go into the onboarding intro module and review all the information. Understand the information inside the RBA membership advisor module if you want to resell RBA. Then you want to go into the free mentorship. So Jay made a free mentorship module and you get a little certificate at the end of it. Excuse me. So definitely take advantage of that. And then you want to go through God and purpose mindset because literally mindset is everything, right? So if you do not have the correct mindset for this, you may not achieve what you're trying to achieve. Okay. So mindset is everything. We have to think positively. We have to think like, okay, I'm going to get this. I'm going to accomplish this. No negative thoughts. Okay. I truly believe that negativity really can hold you back. So you have to, even if it's hard, because everybody's on a different level, right? Everybody starts off at a different level, everybody moves at a different level and then moves at a different pace. But your mindset is everything. So if you're not thinking positively about your own life, you're the only one that controls you, right? We can give you all this information. But if you don't do something with the information, how are you supposed to achieve? If you don't think or know or feel that you're going to accomplish anything, how are you going to accomplish something? So, mindset is everything. So, I truly advise you to go to the God and Purpose Mindset module. Okay. And then clarify what you want to do with RBA and who you want to offer it to, right? So, if you want to resell RBA, you can resell RBA. If you want to resell PLRs, go through the PLRs. Um, Choose some that you want to resell. Make sure it goes along with your target audience. So, who do you want to sell to, right? So, your target audience is going to be who you want to sell to. So, who resonates with you the most? If you're a stay at home mom, maybe you want to reach out to other stay at home moms to provide digital planners that'll help them organize their life. Then you can find a PLR in there and resell it to single stay at home moms. Okay. That's something to think about. And then week 3. So week 3 is promote and profit. So here is where you can get your store built or build it yourself. We do have tutorials that are made. So if you want to build it yourself and you're tech savvy, feel free to do that. You don't have to pay for somebody to do your store. It's just a service that's offered. If you're not tech savvy, you don't have time, or you just don't want to do it, we're here for you. Okay. So, like I said, you can always reach out to an approved store builder, including myself, and we can handle that for you. Um, you want to, after your store is built, you want to add your store link into your profile of your social media accounts. You can only add usually one URL. So choose, you only need one store technically. So say if you have your beacons, you're going to add your beacons link into your social media profile. If you have Stan Store, you're going to add your Stan Store link into your profile and so forth. Okay. Um, and then use the 7-day content strategy from the vault. So inside the PLR vault, there's a 7-day content strategy PLR. You can, we're going to go over a live view and I'll show you guys where everything is. You can use a 7-day content strategy from the PLR vault and go through it and actually learn from that document. It'll help you with your content strategy. And then you want to post one value post and one promo post per day. If you have the capacity to do every day, you can do that. You can do 3 times a week. You just have to stay consistent with anything that you're selling. Even if you're a content creator and you're just creating videos for content, you want to stay consistent. Yes, you can sell RBA on your own website. You don't have to have like a stand store or something. You can do it on your own website. And then you want to share your journey publicly for visibility. So you definitely want to share with everybody, because you're now a content creator, right? Because you're creating content for yourself, for your business. You are now a business owner because you're establishing your business, whether it's reselling RBA, or if you're just selling digital products like PLRs or business courses, whatever you want it to be. Share your journey because you need to build that trust with your audience before they're going to buy anything. You can't be too salesy. You're not, if I don't know you and I haven't been following you or seeing you, I'm not going to buy anything from you. So they need to make sure you're not a scam, just like how we have been vetted to be approved store builders, right? People are going to um, have us do that service because they know, oh, the creator vetted them and they're approved already. So I know they're not trying to scam me out of any money. So I'm going to go to them because they have been approved. So that's building trust, right? It's just in a different aspect. So if you're on your social media, you need to build trust with your audience. You need to show face. You need to be consistent. If you're not consistent and genuine, people are not going to want to purchase anything from you, whether it's nail polish or a digital product, you know? So just stay consistent, share your journey, and build that trust with your audience. And then you can apply sales content and DM scripts. And there's a bunch of information within RBA. There's sales mastery modules and everything like that. You can utilize Roybot and have Roybot. You can tell him what to create and he can create it for you. And then you can have your content strategy. You can have your hooks that you want to use on your videos or your posts. You can have your descriptions. You can have, they can write scripts for you. So it's really endless. Okay. So the goal is to build momentum and to gain leads or your first sale. And then week 4, you want to, if you haven't already, review the online marketing suite and sales mastery modules. Those will help you. You can run a mini campaign on your social media platforms that's live or in stories. So that's just like, you know, multiple like series of events. So you can do it like that. You can track what content converts best and alter if needed. So if I got like 2 views on this video and 2,000 on this one, well, obviously the 2,000 one was better, right? So I'm going to reevaluate what I'm doing. Um, you also market RBA on Etsy. Yes, you can sell RBA on Etsy. I wouldn't advise it, but you can. And Shopify, yes, you can sell RBA on Shopify. You don't need your LLC. You can be your own person. It's an independent or a sole proprietor to start. And then you can always choose to get an LLC later on if you want to. Okay. I know I said I was going to hold the questions to the end, but I like answering stuff, so I can't help myself. All right. So let's get into it. So day 30, CEO mode activated, right? So we want to stay active and engaged inside the community. There is so much information that's given all the time. You should most definitely stay active. Check in like once a day, you know, make sure you check the announcements, make sure you check the pin messages. And I'm gonna show you all this when we do the walkthrough in a minute. Um, Comment and engage with others because that's gonna help you boost your leaderboard score. And then you want to continue to check the pin messages, like I said, check the calendar for events. We have this live training weekly with myself. I do it every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and they are always recorded. And then Six Figure CEO, she's another admin, and she does hers on Mondays. I'm not positive on the time. I think it's 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Um, so yeah, so make sure to stay in contact. Check, make sure to follow us on School. If you're not following the admins on School, you should, because when we post, then you can see what we're posting. Let's see. Take time to go through the classroom and learn about RBA and all that we offer before you try to sell something. So you want to make sure you understand what you're offering before you try to sell it. You want to understand what you purchased before you try to sell it, okay? You do not, like, this is not get rich quick. This is actually investing in yourself. Even if you got in for, you know, a lower amount of money, you're still investing in yourself. So you want to take the time to understand everything that we have in RBA so that you understand what you can provide to your customers, potential customers, audience, so forth. Make sure to download. It's It's not called Don't Get Scammed document anymore. It's called Spot the Bot, I think. So make sure to download Spot the Bot document, stay alert, and report if you see any potential scams to the admins. And then turn off your chat as we discussed, unless it's with an approved store builder. So now we're going to dive into the live tour. So let me get out of here. Let me go back. Okay, so this is the community tab. Okay, this is where all the live feed is. You'll see all the posts that come out, and these are all together. These golden ones or highlighted ones, these are the pinned posts. Make sure to always check these because this is where all the most important information is going to be, is at the pinned messages. These categories up here, again, this is on desktop. So if you're on your mobile, it looks a little different. But these categories right here, if you click on like royal announcements, it's going to bring up only the royal announcements. So anything, any post that's listed under royal announcements is going to come up. So you'll see all of Jay's announcements. You can click on all and you'll see all posts. If you need help or anything with your like tech or store, you can click on the tech setup and support and so forth. So that's where all this is. If you're on a desktop, you can find the admins right here. If you click on the 7, it'll show you Six Figure, myself, Angelica, Venus, Laquana, Dominique, and then Jay. Okay, so these are all the admins. Up here, it shows you, like right now we have a live training. So here is where it shows you what's going on right now that's been on the calendar. And then if you click up here to the calendar, you'll see that at my trainings, I just put them out there so that I remember, but they're every Wednesday at the same time. I will add the link to the YouTube the day of the training. If I remember, I might do it beforehand, but the link will be in there. It's just not in there. It's not the same link for everyone. So that's why it's not going to be in there, or it may not be in there. But these are always on the calendar. So make sure you check the calendar for any events that are coming up. This is the classroom. So these are all the modules. So each one of these is a module. So here's the roadmap. The roadmap is a module. Intro is a module. RBA Enrollment Advisor is a module. Mentorship, this is a free mentorship. Here's where Roybot is. Here's some membership gifts. Here's the online stores. So if you click in the online store module and you go to, if you want to do stand store, here's how to set up your stand store. Here's how to add a product or update a price or product. If you're doing beacons, here's how to set up your beacons. Here's how to add a product or change something on your product. And then there's Linktree and Shopify, and there's a System IO. And then down here is done for you store builds. So again, we're the 5 approved store builders. If you scroll down, you'll see each of us have a link. So book a digital store build with Swedes. And here's my link. If you click on my link, it'll bring you to my site with my offers. Same thing with Angelica. If you click on her link, it'll bring you to her offer. And then there's Venus, Maggie, and Six Figure. They have their links as well. So each of us offer different items with what we offer, different pricing. So I advise to click on all of ours, search around, see which one you want, see which style fits best for you or whatever you want, and go from there. If you want to sign up with your stores, like if you don't have a beacon yet, you can sign up here, or a stand store, you can sign up here. They're just easy links for you to sign up if you want to. But that's the online store module. So that's what you can either do it yourself or hire one of us to do it. Click back on the classroom, and then let's see, we're just going to go, here's the Zoom replay training. So if you click on this module, this first page is where all of the replays are going to be for the live sessions. So today's will be here. If you click on here, It's going to bring you to the website. And then this is where all the free onboarding trainings are going to be housed. These are prior trainings that I did. Here's the question. So if you have a specific topic you need help with, you can click yes. And when you click, it brings you to this form. You can fill out this form and explain what you need help with. And then we'll know for the next week's session that we can bring it up. Okay. And it'll always, like when I put them in, I try to put like the start time because like this one I had a difficulty with tech. So just to give you a heads up of what time to start at, I try to put the time on there. And this one, last week's, I had a bonus. So if you want the bonus, you can click here and grab the bonus. But this is where all of the trainings for the live sessions are going to be housed. And then here's the other trainings for the Zooms that we had. So social media workshop with Jay is here. So the sales training with Jay is here. The niche mastery with Jay is here. So these are the main ones that you need to review when you first get into RBA. There's some other ones here. Some with Dominique, she has good ones. Laquana has a good one for AI. So these are some good trainings to watch. Let's see. Here's where the business courses are. So business startup courses, if you click on the module, it'll bring up the entire list of the business startup courses that you can resell. Okay, so if you want to resell it, you just have to click copy link and then add it into your store as a URL. If you are looking to bundle, here's a bundle tutorial. So in the RBA enrollment advisors, I think I'm going to move this actually because it's not really associated with reselling RBA. But for right now, it's in the RBA enrollment advisors. So if you're going to sell RBA, you need to download the licensing agreement so you understand. This tells you what an RBA enrollment advisor is, what you're responsible for. Here's where the pricing and rules are. So here it tells you that that's the price of RBA. And always make sure to check so that, if the price changes. Here is the enrollment form. So this is the membership enrollment form. You're going to click on this link. RBA is not an affiliate, so RBA will not have a link. You're going to click on the enrollment form. This is what it looks like to your customer. And if you got this same form, but this is what they're going to get. They're going to click here to join. They're going to forward their receipt to that email. And then it's going to give them this information. So these training videos they need to watch. Same information we just went over. Okay. It's going to tell them about store builders so they know, who we are so they don't get scammed when they come in. It's going to tell them about some of the information I put in the presentation and to engage. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to click on the RBA membership enrollment form. If you want to resell RBA, you click on it. You're going to download this form and then you're going to upload it into your store as a digital product. So instead of putting a URL in your store, you're going to put a PDF into your store. And then this is this is some information you can put in the email. So in the confirmation email, if you're going to make a confirmation email, you can use some of these as a subject line. And then here's a body of the email you can copy and paste. So that's what you can use as well. Here's how to add the new enrollment form. So this is a little bit different because the form looks a little different because this was based off the previous form, but it's the same process. So you can watch this video. It'll show you how to add it to your store. here is RBA description page or sales page. Same thing. If you do not have Canva Pro, you can use this. And what you're going to do is this is the title of your product. This is the subtitle of your product. You can change these up. I don't advise to put MRR in anything because stand store begins, they're kind of funky when it comes to that terminology. So I would not advise to put MRR. But then you can copy this information here all the way down and down to here and put it into your description for your product. And then if you have Canva Pro, you can use the template. There's a template in here that is an image. So it'll bring you in here. This is part of it, and this will be your image as your description. You can edit it with your brand colors, but you don't have to use that as well. So you can add the text or add an image. And this tutorial right here shows you how to add it. So if you want to watch that, you can watch that. Here is where you'll find the sneak peek for RBA. You can download the template, and then this video shows you how to add it into your store. This bundle tutorial shows you how to create bundles. If you want to create bundles, it shows you this is where you're going to find the business courses, and it tells you what to do. Here's where some mock-ups are. If you want to click here, it's going to bring up this. This is considered a mock-up. So that's what I was talking about before. You just want to drag your image into here, and boom, you got a mock-up made. And it looks a lot better than just like the cover image of your product, right? So you can use a template if you want to use mock-ups. Here's some instructions I added on how to use a mock-up and to get access to Roybot. So if you click here, it's going to bring you to Roybot's module, and then it tells you all about Roybot. Here's how to access Roybot. You click access here. It's going to bring you right into your ChatGPT. So if you don't have ChatGPT already, you should probably get it. You can get the free version, and then if you want to, move up, you can move up. But there's a free version. Don't mind all this on the side. I have so much that I do. So you can use Roybot, and you can basically tell him whatever, or you can click on any of these items and like help me create a lead magnet for my digital products. So click on that, and then it's going to give you information, and then it's going to ask you questions, and depending on the answers that you give, it'll create what you need. Okay, so that's something to think about. Let's see. And if you want to use Roybot as a marketing aspect, if you're going to resell RBA, you can use this image. There's some story slides here. There's an email template if you want to add information, about Roybot into like an email. Here's some threads if you're going to post on threads, and then Roybot prompts are coming. So that is the RBA membership, the RBA enrollment advisor. Sorry, if you want to resell RBA, that's here. The intro module is a most definite. You need to watch. Here's the intro video. And then where do I start? Customer service, no refund policy, and everything. Okay, free mentorship and Roybot again. So you need to go through that. This is the roadmap. It links everything. So everything is linked where you need to be or where you want to go. Okay. Online stores. So here's where you can find the store setups or our links if you want. Here is where you can find all things RBA if you want to resell RBA. And you can use this. I made this to give a visual of how to understand how you can use RBA. Here's the image if you want the image yourself. But You can use that. You can show it to potential customers if you want to, or however you want to use it. Um, Here's business startup courses. Here's the PLRs, or they're broken down. And then all about business is everything business, business foundations, branding, credit, you name it, it's here. Troubleshooting. Here's troubleshooting. You have trouble with sales, click here. You have trouble with marketing, click here. You have trouble with email marketing, click here. Lead magnets, click here. Millionaire mindset is now God and purpose mindset. Zoom replays you can find here, and Facebook groups. So other Facebook groups that you might want to join, you can click there. And then deep dive. So this goes into all the different modules. So here's some, if you want to check out Etsy, there's one for Etsy. Faceless marketing, there's one for that. Trucking and logistics, there's one for that. So you cannot resell an entire module. See, this is a module. You can't, there's no way for you to resell the actual module. You can only resell the business startup courses or the PLRs or RBA in its, as a whole. Here's some RBA bonuses. So here's 12 mini courses that you can resell. Oops, okay. So that shows all the mini courses. You can resell those. You can resell Low Ticket Millionaire. Here's some so social media carousel if you would like that I made. Sales page, and then this is the actual product. Here is RBA Mini and how to add it to your store. Okay, so RBA Mini is down here. You can add it to your store. Here's RBA Mini promotional stuff, and then the closing code. If you're interested in Dominique's community, this is the closing code. So that's all listed there. The free mentorship is here. Membership gifts we just went over. Online store, God and Purpose, Zoom replay, and so forth. So by looking at, you can go through this, take the time and just kind of look at what you want to look at. There's literally so much in here. You can go all the way down, click on the next page, and there's more. So there's so much in RBA, it's ridiculous. Okay. So that is that. Leaderboards. Okay. So leaderboards. So this is where you're going to see yourself, right? You're going to see your image. You're going to see what level you're on. You can see the leaderboard, the 7 days. So these are the top 3 people that have engaged the most in the past 7 days. These are the top 3 people that engaged the most in the 30 days. And then all-time high is the top 3 people that engaged the most. So all these are points, right? So it says like I'm on level 8 and I have to make 21,000 points until I get up to the next level. So every point is consistent of people liking your comments or posts. So the more you engage with other people, the more likes you get on yours. So that's how you're engaging. Let's see what else. I'm going to check the comments really quickly, see what y'all are talking about, because I see it's all hot in here. Let's see. You can repurpose and resell PLRs. Yes. There will be a replay. Yes. This training is every week. Same time, 1 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. Chioma, how do you put it on your store from Canvas? So you're going to want to save as a PDF standard and then put it into your store, and that'll be the product. You can sell the PLR for any price that you choose. Mm-hmm. I'm glad the training is helpful. That's what we look forward to. We want to make sure that we help as many people as possible because we know it's very overwhelming and there's a ton of questions. So I personally like doing this training so that I can help as much of you as possible. The point levels I just explained. Leveling up is when you get enough points. The more you engage, the more people like your stuff, the more you level up. Mm, will be for- I'm very happy that you like what I offer, Food Queen. Thank you. Mindset is definitely everything. Yes. So Etsy, okay. So Etsy, I just don't advise people to put RBA on Etsy because if you go to Etsy and you search RBA, you're gonna see, I don't know, however many people that are selling RBA, and whoever's gonna be searching is gonna be searching for the cheaper price, right? So I don't advise it. And Etsy charges like a lot of fees. They charge, I think they charge to set up now. They charge 20 cents every 4 months for every product that you post. And then there's also fees that they charge once a product is purchased. So I don't feel like Etsy is the best for for you, but that's up to you. I have an Etsy, I just don't post on it very often. Let's see. I showed where the store building videos were. Yes, you could resell RBA on your own website. As long as your website you can put digital products, you can sell it. Um, so the cost of store building is different per store builder. We all offer different items in our sites. So I would advise you to shop around, check out all of what we offer, and then decide on, who you want your service to be with. Um, yes, check into the Academy daily. As a reseller of RBA, is it wise to promote the video? Will this stop monetization? April, what video are you talking about promoting? You don't have to start an LLC. You can be a sole proprietor. Just to be clear. So Diane Day said, just to be clear, if it's an MRR, we can't edit. We resell as is. The PLR we should edit before selling. Yes, that is correct. MRR you are not supposed to change, is selling as is, and a PLR you want to change and rebrand and sell it as your own. So the mini RBA course is just a smaller version of RBA. Let's see. So if you pull up the mini course, this is what you're going to put in your store. It's going to be a PDF. And then this shows you, so if you want to get the banner image, this is you click here to get the banner image. If you want to get the product image, you can click here to get the product image. You can get the product description for if you're gonna resell it. Obviously, these are what you can use. So you can use a product description. Click here, get the product description, and copy and paste it into your store. And then when they click on Access Course, it's going to bring them right into Teachable. They're going to click on Enroll, and they're going to sign up. And then once they sign up, they'll get access into RBA Mini. And RBA Mini is just a shorter version. I advise you to go into RBA Mini and enroll just to see what you're going to be selling. And RBA as a whole would be selling this whole community. So I hope that answers your question, Diane. There will be a replay. Okay, Todd, I'm so sorry. I'm sending my condolences because I know it's been rough. So if you need to reach out to me, my DM is always open. Um, if you want to reach out to any of the other store builders, they are also found. You can go into the roadmap if you want to and click on online business setup, and all of our links are right here, and all of our names are right here. Um, I am working with someone and the person is being helping me on my store. Okay, Amanda. I mean, if it's not an approved store builder, I just, you know, work with caution. Now, I will say if you purchased RBA and the person that you purchased from is offering a store build, that's fine. I mean, you know, that's with what you purchased. But within RBA, nobody should be offering any store build services unless it's one of these five individuals right here, including myself, because it's not allowed, one, and two, they're probably trying to scam you. But it's either scammers or solicitors, and it's not allowed. But if it's somebody that you purchased RBA from and they're building your store, that's fine. Um, yeah, so Roybot is so to answer your question in my weekly rants, Roybot is a GPT that's built into ChatGPT. If you've gotten messages, Taylor, that's probably scammers. I would report them, and you can turn off your chat for RBA. For Nikki, please clarify the official minimum and maximum resale price for RBA. This training is very helpful, but this part I need clarified. Okay, so if you're ever questioning what the price of RBA is, just go into the classroom, go into the membership advisor, and click on pricing rules and regulations, and it's always found here. So that's what the price is. You can charge the lowest minimum price is $22, and right now it goes up to $5.97. So it's your price, your profit. Okay. So I hope that helped you, Nikki. Um, yes, ignore the inboxes. Yes, thank you. Miss the main purpose of commenting in the community. So Food Queen, commenting is just engagement, right? So we want to make sure that our community is engaging. And if you engage, you're going to move up in the leaderboards. That's it. So you'll gain points for engagement. Losing it with Priya. I bought this today and I was just saying yesterday how I need to know how to get started. And this is literally answering my prayers. Oh, I'm glad it's helping. This makes me feel really good. It warms my heart to know that it's meaningful, what we're doing. So thank you for sharing. Rose, can we have a virtual learning from the modules? I'm not sure what you're asking for. Miss Pris, thank you so much for this info. I never got support from who I bought from. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't get support from who they purchase from. Some people when they purchase RBA, the seller, for whatever reason, doesn't help them. And then we have other people that actually build a whole like Facebook group or something and then have all their customers in the group. That's something that you can do if you choose to. You can offer like a community, like a support community along with your purchase if you want to, and then be able to support your customers in your own community. Usually I try to have them for an hour, Monique. Um, but they tend to go over because there's a lot of questions. Yes, you can message me directly, Integrity. That's fine. My DM's always open. So if you have questions or anything, just send me a DM. Magnetic Muse, is it okay to sell it without mentioning name until after bridge page so they can decide to buy because of the message and offer and they see the value, not just competing on price? Yeah, I mean, if you want to set up your sales funnel with showing the value first and then showing the offer, that's fine. That's perfectly acceptable. You just can't rename it to something else. But if you just want to show the value first, that's fine. Um, she's so extraordinary. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hey, Angelica. uh, let's see. April said, I apologize. I'm heading to work to have to jump off. I did learn a lot with you, sweets. I appreciate that. I'll catch the replay. Yes. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Um, okay. Let me show you. Let's see. If I go into what did the slide say? I got to go back to the slide to figure out how to turn off the chat. Sorry. Because I don't remember. Because my chat is always on. um, let's see. Okay, so click on your school profile, select edit, scroll to chat, and then toggle off RBA. So if I go to edit profile and click on chat, and then you can search for RBA and then you can toggle it chat on or off. So that's how you turn it off. Don't want to show my stuff too much. Okay. Yeah, you have to have your chat on if you're going to DM me. So if you want to talk to me, just keep your chat on. And then after we're done, you can turn it off. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to what did I do? So present. All right. So now what we've learned today. So today we learned how to access the classroom and the modules and the tools. We went over pin messages, key updates, and categories. We did the roadmap, step-by-step navigation. That's what it is. We went over scam protection, making sure that you don't get scammed. We went over the approved store builders to create your digital stores, if needed, or how to build your own stores. We went over that. We went over community posting, following guidelines, making sure you don't solicit, no spamming, and no scamming. Yes, sweet. Yeah, she's so extraordinary. That's what's up. Yes. She said, that is exactly what I'm doing is opening a community for questions that my people have that we can discuss together because I would love to help as much as possible. And that's a perfect example. You don't have to open your own community, but that is amazing because that just helps out the people that are purchasing from you and they're not just like going in blind, even though we try to help as much as possible. Okay, yes, I'm so thankful that this is helpful. Okay, so let's see. So we went over how to find the document. We went over how to find the document, how to download RBA, how to operate the modules. I showed you where to find how to do your own digital stores and how to contact us. Let's see what else. Where the replays are. Show the tutorials for store setups again. Okay, so anybody have any other questions that I have not answered and we have not gone over? Because there will be a replay. So I just want to make sure that I capture everything. If not, I'm going to end this because we're over on time. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad this helped. I know today was special because I showed you guys about PLRs. So I'm really thankful that you were able to join. Appreciate you joining. Again, all the replays are going to be in the Zoom replay module. And I'll be adding this one to the website soon. So you'll have this one. Thanks, Angelica. Appreciate y'all for joining. Appreciate y'all. These are going to be weekly. They're just continued weekly. So again, mine are weekly 1 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday, and they're listed on the calendar already. Just check the day of to get the link to the YouTube. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. And Six Figure does hers on Mondays. I believe they're 6 or 7 p.m. Thank you. I'm so happy that these help you. She's so extraordinary. Desire, can we see your page? What page? What page are you? You see your page so we can see an example. An example of what exactly? Oh yes, thank you, Angelica. I didn't know if it was like Eastern or a different time zone. Thanks, this was amazing. We'll definitely be watching the replay. See you next week. Yes, Monique, thank you. See you next week. Yes, the replay will be out today. Appreciate y'all so much. I'm so glad that this is helpful. It really makes me feel good because all the work that we put in on my store. Sorry. Where I don't even remember what my store is, so you got to give me a second. I'm sorry. Oh, here. Maybe this one. This is what my store looks like. Yeah. It's just, it has a few things on there. It's segmented, but I have mine in System.io, but all of my links go to my website. So, yeah. So I don't use System.io for, like, I don't sell items within System.io, but I use them as like my hub for like my website, if that makes sense. So every button, like if I click on this button, it goes to my website. And then, this is my website. But it's just like a hub or whatever. Okay, so I hope that helped everybody. I'm going to end this because my little one just woke up. But the replay will be available. And if you have any questions or you want something shown next week, make sure to fill out the form that I showed you within our presentation. And I want to thank you all again so much. And I hope that this helped you in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Bye.